Hello, everyone. My guest today is Matthew White. He's the founder and CEO of Qebot, helping businesses across the globe access and utilize software in a more productive way. Before Qebot, Matthew established a presence in mobile advertising and SMB marketing. His time with a very predominant marketing agency led Matthew to found the company. Matthew, are you ready to take us to the top?
Sure am.
All right, tell us about Qebot. What's the company do and how do you make money?
Yeah, great. Thanks. So what we do is we work with a number of different business applications. We integrate the functionality of those tools into a single platform. So we have things like a website builder, social media platform, e-commerce, a number of different things. You can check our website at qebot.com to see a list of all the products that are in there. What we do is we work with these companies that have really great applications. We take their technology, integrate it into one platform so that our customers have just a much easier way to access these tools and discover new tools. We build automation between the tools. So when a client comes in, they can automatically connect their website to their social media, to their email and all that good stuff. And it just makes technology, makes SaaS tools a lot easier to work. And how we make money is we partner with these different companies, and we do a rev share model with what they're selling, what we partner with, and how we resell for them.
So is your revenue super lumpy or is it pretty predictable like a SaaS company?
That's very predictable, actually. So what we find is for most of our partners, we're seeing about a 64% margin to us. Actually, we work out a really great deal because we have scale we can offer them. We also take things off our partners' plates, like their marketing expense, their sales expense, their support expenses. So they give us a really great deal on their technology, and then we can resell that in a very effective and efficient way.
Can you speak to a specific example, like are you a company you're partnered with, and then kind of who you sold it to?
Yeah, absolutely. So I can't say the names of our partners specifically because we have white label NDAs associated with them.
They're all white label?
All of them white labels.
Oh, wow.
So they're all labeled into our platform. They are some of the best. They're some of the top three technologies. And so our email marketing technology is one of the top three in the market. And what we do is we take that technology, we integrate it. And one of the things that we look for is an open API for each one of these tools so that we can connect them to the other tools in the platform. A lot of our customers come to us saying, before I was having to use some third-party system to try to connect all these tools together, where when I come to our system, they're already connected. Everything is set up. Everything is good to go. So it's kind of like a business in a box for them. On top of that, we also offer these tools all a la carte. So our clients come to us instead of purchasing from like a HubSpot where they have to purchase packages or tiers. They come to us and just piecemeal what they need for their specific business together, which makes it much more flexible for the end.
And so when you say 64% margin, actually walk me through a sale so I can clearly understand this. Let's say the email marketing company you're partnered with, you sold someone on a $100 a month plan. Like what does the customer actually see on their screen, and what margin do you take out of that?
Yeah, so they actually just see a purchase price. So our prices typically come in right at or sometimes just below what our own partners are actually directly selling those technologies for. It's another reason we have the white label and the NDAs in place, because sometimes our prices are actually lower than theirs.
But I don't know what that means. So like when you're getting that sign up, are they actually going to qebot.com? They're on your email marketing product page, and that's where they're signing up?
Exactly. Yeah. So they'll create an account on the Qebot platform, and then there's just a list of tools. They can pick from tools, read about it, understand it, and they purchase right through us. So they're not purchasing from the end company itself. They're purchased from us. We buy the license from that specific partner, and then it all flows through our system.
I see. Okay, good. So they're on qebot.com. They're on the email page. They buy a $100 a month plan. You're then paying $36 of the $100 to the partner, and you're keeping $64 a month.
Right.
Got it. That's what you mean by 64% margin.
There you go. Yep.
So what are your biggest costs right now?
I would say right now, probably support is a big one for us, because we do have a lot of tools on the platform, right? So we have right now 8 tools that are integrated, with another 4 coming in the next 2 months, which obviously allows for us to have a lot that we can actually offer to our clients, but it's a lot for us to try to support as well. So I think that's probably our biggest expense when it comes to actually dealing with these tools. The nice thing about how we operate is our engineering costs are actually very low, because we have the support, the engineering backend of all of our partners. They have great technologies integrated to us. We can focus our engineering resources on like the connections, the automation, the ways these tools work together in a much more seamless way.
Yeah, you're like a sophisticated affiliate.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
What's your team size today?
Right now, we actually sit at 9 people internally, and then we have a number of outsourced resources that we utilize as well.
And are they all based in San Fran?
We have most of our team based here. 5 of them are based in San Francisco, a couple in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, San Fran and Phoenix. Very good. And give me more of the backstory here. What year did you launch the company in?
Yeah, we launched it officially in 2015. At that point, we were just a website builder. So it was just a simple, easy to use website system. We started selling that to a few franchise businesses, and they started coming to us saying, hey, and I had always kind of planned this to kind of grow into a more robust kind of a platform of different tools. I thought we were going to build it internally. They started coming to us saying, hey, I need an email marketing system. I need a social media system. Your guys' system is easy. Can you give us a good place to go for this? And that's where we started to think, okay, we're referring these businesses to all these business. Maybe there's a way we can actually create a different platform for this. Another reason we kind of built something like this is because from my time in marketing as an agency, we realized a lot of these companies were spending just a ton of money on tools that were really not so built out, not so well done. And I figured we could do it a lot better and a lot more at scale with technology, utilizing the technology that's out there and kind of bringing it all together.
Well, look, the numbers will tell the story too. So up to me on that, right? So how many customers have you put through your platform since you founded the company?
Yeah, so right now we're sending about 2,000
Okay.
all in all, and it's growing fast. So we're also signing a lot of reseller partnerships. We actually white label our platform out to other resellers, and we're signing a whole bunch of marketing agencies, consultancies, media companies, technology companies right now that are now starting to utilize our platform as their back end as well.
So just to make sure I understand that 2,000 number, there are 2,000 people today paying you on a monthly basis for one of your 8 product suites that you've got listed on the website, of which you take about 64% margin, whether it's the advertising tool, the CRM, the e-commerce, email marketing, social media, or website builder.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So it's 2,000 separate businesses.
Got it. Okay, got it.
Some of those might be like, so we have an agency that has, 500 clients, and that we consider that because we have 500 different actual accounts from them as 500 different businesses.
Got it. Yeah, and then give me a general sense though of what each of these customers are paying you per month, and are they activating one tool or all 8 or what?
Yeah, that's kind of the great thing about the platform is a lot of our clients will start with 1, 2, maybe 3 tools, and they realize the simplicity of it. They realize the ease of automation between these tools, and typically they're upselling themselves up to 4, 5, 6 tools within 3 to 4 months time. So it grows pretty quickly for us. We can scale it up, and they're asking us for new tools. So that's kind of the great thing about this too, is we really built our system based on what our clients are actually asking us, what they want in the platform, which has been great for kind of how we grow our business.
So just to avoid going down every customer cohort, if you did give me an average, what would you say the average customer is putting through you per month?
Yeah, so I think right now we're spending about $62 per month in spend. Some are obviously spending a lot more, some are spending a lot less. That's excluding advertising spend though too. So we have some clients that are spending, it could be between $300 and $2,500 in advertising.
Yeah, but you're not making 64% margins on that. You got to put it through back to the platforms. Yeah.
Yeah. So that one is the one we make the least margin on, but we actually make a decent revenue on.
Got it. So, can I take $62 times 2,000 and say you're doing 120 grand a month right now in revenue?
That's pretty close. Yep.
Okay, cool. And talk to me about growth. Where were we at about a year ago?
So a year ago we were doing about $4,000 a month.
Oh, wow.
So it's this last year, especially because we really kind of, again, dived a lot into the reseller markets. And that's been a great place for us because we haven't raised any funds at this point. I bootstrapped the company. I've had some successes in other companies that I was able to really kind of bring into this. These reseller markets have been a great avenue for us to drive some significant growth. And now we're going to raise our first round actually here in the near future so that we can start to scale up in a much more efficient manner.
How much of your own money have you put in the company?
All in all, probably
you don't want to think about it.
I try not to keep too much track, or it kind of
messes with what's the number?
Probably 200 grand at least. So not a ton, but for me,
it's still that's a ton for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And what are you trying to raise now?
So right now we're trying to raise our first round. We're considering this basically our seed round at $1 million. And I think that's what we're going to do with that is help really start to build a lot of the automation between the tools in a much more robust way. And a lot of most of that's going to go to growth. The nice thing about how we operate is getting new tools in our platform, our engineering is almost like a revenue driver, because each new tool that they integrate in, we start to make new revenue on pretty quickly. And growth is a big one for us right now. We want to get those numbers up and continue to scale.
So let's say you have $1 million. Obviously, I assume some of that you'll spend on marketing and sales. What is your CAC today?
It depends on kind of how we look at it, because if we go for direct clients, right now we're spending, I would say, right about $35 per client for a direct client. But for like an agency, actually agencies, they love our platform, and they go crazy over it when they see it. So our cost for that is actually lower, usually about $25. But those have a huge multiplier effect to them. So we're focusing a lot more of our time and effort kind of in that direction.
Yep. So on the $35 CAC and a $62 ARPU, your payback period right now is what, less than 3 months?
Yeah. Yep.
On most cases, yeah.
I mean, really, it's kind of about a month and a half.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. What about churn? What's your churn today?
Yeah, it's very low. So I think over the last 3 months, we've seen it was like 0.05 or 6%. Very, very low churn for us, because when somebody comes to us, they buy a number of tools on our platform, right?
Well,
so
Michael, sorry, what does that mean? Or sorry, Matthew, what does that mean? 0.06 gross logo, revenue, monthly, annual?
Churn, that's clients. So how many clients have actually churned off of our platform? From a revenue standpoint, I'd have to look exactly at the numbers to see what that actually churn is. I don't have it on top of my head, because we've been growing so fast that it just hasn't been something I've been focusing too heavily on.
And just to be clear though, so that's 0.06% logo churn per month. And is that gross or net?
That would be net.
Okay. So you're adding back new customers that month.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. So yeah, that obviously, what is the gross number? Do you know?
I'd have to look it up. So okay. I'd say in the last month, we've probably lost maybe one client.
Okay.
So it's just been incredibly low.
So are you priced too cheap?
I don't think so. I think there might be opportunities in the future for us to increase, but we want to also keep it in line with market, right? So most of the tools on our platform are, again, sitting right at or maybe just under the actual cost of our actual partner or their direct competitors. So we want to make sure we keep it at that level. But the nice thing for us is our overhead is incredibly low. So I actually don't have to spend a lot to keep that revenue generation, coming in.
Well, yeah, it's fascinating to me though. I mean, most companies that have an ARPU of $62, so you're catering to an SMB space, right? At that price point, it's very, very difficult to get churn like under like 2% gross logo churn per month. So I haven't heard you say anything where I'm like, oh, that's genius. That's why his is so low. I mean, why have you been able to get it so low? I mean, small businesses go out of business, right? Which you have no control over, which usually puts churn at least 2% per month. Why is yours so low?
Yeah, I think one of the big things for us is, again, a lot of our clients come from actual like marketing agencies, or they're coming from consultancies that have built those relationships over a number of years. So that's really helping kind of protect us and hedge us from a lot of that churn. But I think a lot of it too is just even the direct clients, they come in and our tools are helping them grow. Our tools are actually helping them. We're seeing, because they're actually using technology in a way they should be, and they're being more effective and productive with their means, we're seeing their revenue start to increase. We're seeing their clicks to their websites start to go up. We're actually just seeing productivity that they're really enjoying. Not only that, but again, when you have a customer that is purchasing now 4 or 5 tools on a platform, it's not something that they're just going to kind of throw off pretty fast. So well,
it's not about that though, right? It's about things you have no control over, like their credit card expires, like they go out of business. Typically, that's going to give you at least 2 or 3% churn. You have figured out a way to be way below that, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, I mean, the one we had in this last month, they went out of business. So that is the one fear that we're having. I mean, we have credit cards that don't go through, but we have we use a great system that helps us keep up on that pretty easily. And we typically can bring that money back within a couple weeks.
I think also there's a shield here, right? In that you sign up the agency, and if the agency signs up 30 clients, right? If they churn 2 clients in a month, you see no churn because you still own that relationship with the agency. Is that accurate?
Yeah. But even with each agency, we're still not seeing a lot of churn per actual agency itself. And maybe we're just working with good agencies.
Well, no. Agencies don't see typically high churn rates. SMBs do. What you're doing is you're selling directly to the agencies. So the agencies are seeing the churn. They still pay you. You don't see any of that. So there still is potentially high churn in the SMB space. You're just shielded from that because you're selling to a different market.
Yeah, that could be a big part of it. And I have to look exactly the numbers from our partners to see what that's like.
Yeah, that would show itself in revenue churn, right? Is if they're losing customers, they pay you a little less, but they don't actually churn the logo, which keeps your logo churn really low. Okay, cool. Let me just jump in here and make sure I got these other questions down. Yeah, so the growth, right? So you raise $1 million. If you go out and raise $1 million, do you have any idea what you want to target in terms of valuation?
Yeah, so that's always the big question, right? I think that right now we could be worth $4 to $5 million. So I would say I'll want to put a pre-raise at about $4 million, and then have a $5 million all in once the money's into the account. Yep.
$4 million pre-money, raise $1 million, $5 million post-money valuation. It'll be interesting to see. And have you actually started that process?
We have, yeah. So we're pretty preliminary in kind of our raise structure, but we're setting the meetings now, and people have been very excited about what we're doing. So it's been good.
That's good.
We're in a good place.
That's good, Matthew. All right, let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
Ooh, that's I'd have to kind of think. I like John Woobin's book. Do you know John Woobin? What is the book called? He's the owner of Content Launch.
What's the last name? Pronounce it, like spell it.
Wuebben.
Good. Okay, good. We'll write down John Woobin book. Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
Probably right now, I would have to say, just because he's kind of in my space and he knows what he's doing, the CEO of Salesforce.
Mark Benioff.
Yeah, Mark Benioff.
Number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building the business?
I would say probably the social media tool on the platform. It just works, and it gives me the insight I need for not only my competitors, but what we're doing online.
And, sorry, name one that is not something that you own, like a productivity tool you use to build the business.
Let's say Asana, because we're doing a lot of engineering right now.
Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
I try to get at least 7, to be honest. I have a hard time if I don't get the hours in.
And what's your situation? Married, single, kiddos?
Married.
No kids?
Married, no kids.
Okay.
No kids.
And how old are you?
34.
34. Last question. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
Oh, man. Be more positive about what's going on. I think I was hard on myself for a while. So, things will go right if you put yourself in a positive mental state.
Guys, be more positive. Qebot launched in 2015, currently raising $1 million at ideally a $4 million valuation, helping over 2,000 agencies service SMB clients, ranging from email marketing tools to e-commerce tools to social media marketing tools, along with 4 or 5 others as they scale, all through kind of this white label model, which is working well. They're doing about $62 in ARPU per user per month. So it's 2,000 times 62, about 120 grand per month in revenue. That's up significantly over a year ago in June 2017, where they did about 4 grand in that month. So again, healthy growth. Now we're multiplying small numbers, but still healthy growth, right? Less than 1% gross logo churn per month, $35 CAC, 2-month payback period, team of 9 based between San Francisco and Phoenix. Matthew, thank you for taking us to the top.
All right. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.